Greetings everyone, this is Merlis, bringing you a little Orcs Must Die playthrough. I have been playing with this for a while now. Got the DLC not long ago, beat all the levels finally, and I'm showing you one of the harder levels to beat. It's the last one. It's called Great Gorge. This is on Nightmare. I was just showing you some of the traps I have and what I've done upgraded. And if you notice the top scoring there, that's one of my first times beating this. It is rather difficult at times if you're not prepared enough. I'll just show you one of the things I did to get through this. I chose lightning ring, tar trap, mason, just your usual things that you'd have if you're trying to do high scoring. You want to funnel through like you did on War Mage. If you play this on War Mage, it's pretty easy to set up barricades. And I always go with the Steel Weaver. Typically, I rarely ever go to anything else. I find I get more coins that way and get more use out of it. One of the things you'll see here is why I chose the mushrooms. Now, typically I don't like the mushrooms traps because I don't generally have a good use for them, but I've seen more people use it on the final stages. And you can see there I use it on that Frost Ogre. And I believe that is the only time I actually ever use it, because it is, for me, it's not that useful after this point. And one thing you probably also noticed, I am not using the lightning cloud, the secondary effect off that lightning ring on this particular area, because I don't get as many gold coins overall, because I found that if you look there on the streaks, you get more coins. The more streaks or the higher streaks you have, the more coins you actually get in return. And that's one thing you do need a lot of at this particular juncture, is many coins as you get your hands on. And just kind of speeding this up along, because this is your typical orc wave, nothing too spectacular about it. Using the lightning ring, secondary effect, the lightning storm, just get as many combos as I can, as many kill streaks as I can also, just so I can get maximum amount for the next wave, because the next wave is critical. And I'm finally using my Steel Weaver there, because I didn't have enough coins up till recently. This wave should be over here. Yep, there we go. And I screwed up there because I couldn't sell everything. Anyone who's played Nightmare knows you have very little time to do anything in between waves. And there are no hunters, real easy to take down, especially being near the portal. And now comes one of the hard parts, and that's the flyers. Typically, if anyone's played just the standard campaigns, not the DLCs, you're dealt with just the flame flyers, which you're seeing right here. They're not easy compared to the ice ones, because the ice ones are just mean. And you'll see why here in a second. I'm also using that ceiling trap, which is very, very handy, especially in this area. There's some of the ice flyers, and I do apologize for the camera angle. Being that close to the portal kind of screws you up. Yeah, those frost bats, or whatever they call it, they are just pain in the butt, because there I am getting frozen constantly. And that's why they're such a pain, because they will freeze you and rail you. And if their buddies, those fire flyers are out there, the fire bats, you can get killed pretty easily if you're not careful. Fortunately, I did put enough archers out there and just wailing with the lightning ring as much as I can, and spamming with the crossbow, which I don't recommend doing too often because it's not worth it. And you see I'm resetting my traps up. There's Clockwork Mace, setting that up. Probably could have held off on setting that Clockwork Mace just for a little bit. So a couple more, another Archer, just for the fact of what's coming up. And I put that tar trap down there, which, I realized I shouldn't have done that. I should have done the spring trap, but I'll correct that here in a bit. And this is where it starts becoming a pain in the butt, because you're dealing with not just the flyers, you're dealing with the ground support as well. So you gotta watch both areas. And at this particular juncture, you can get overwhelmed pretty quick if you're not careful. So just, if you can get enough coins, build up your air defense, because everyone knows it's easier to go watch the ground guys, take care of those ground guys, than it is those airs. Because especially those frostbats, they just put a stop to a lot of your stuff pretty quick. And yeah, as you can tell, one got through, and I'm pretty sure some more will get through. Because I'm getting way late right now. So I got frozen again. And I'm trying to step away can real quick. And I forgot to take away that tar trap, which is going to come back to bite me. And just kind of waiting. See what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? And just go looking down the hallway, see what I got. Yeah, here they come. Doing a little kiting. And bam. If you don't happen to have any of those spring traps, don't forget you can still stun those guys with your crossbow. That's one thing you tend to forget. You can actually stun with that thing. You don't get as high in the combo area, but at least you can do damage, or let your Clockwork Mace do all the work. Yeah, just trying to do as much as I can to keep myself alive. Alright, now I finally saw that thing. And now I can set up the rest of my defense here. As you saw earlier, I already spent the money to make those things effective against those orcs. But yeah, I'm going to put up a archer here. I still haven't upgraded them yet. So I figured it's better just to set up your defense first, then deal with everything else. And that is why you set up those spring traps. Bounce those guys back. Because this is one of the harder things. You have so many orcs, and they're all those frost orcs, and they're such a pain. Not as much as these null hunters. Because the no hunters, they just could wreck your day if you're not careful. And even when those bats get through, like I said, they are just, they can tear up your defenses if all you have are archers. Because they can just freeze them all, and then a few of them just escape right through. Set up a few more of my ceiling traps. And finally upgrade my archers.
I like that.
Still have some more money left over. Notice how many are dead. And try to set up a few more. I only have time enough to set up one. Yeah, there goes another spring trap. Or no. I know I set up more spring traps, but yeah. I set up them there because they can still do damage to those ground supports, because it's low enough to the ground. You can actually do some damage, which is handy if they filter through that much. It'll add to your combo. And there's some fours. Even though you typically don't see a lot of air combos. You can air combo because of the ceiling traps. So you can at least get some combos that way. And you saw I got a couple of 4s there as well. Typically you only see 3s, you rarely see 4s in the air, but you take what you can get. Yeah, there's a 5. There's that wave. Yeah, accidentally sold that, which it tends to happen now and again. Set up another one just in case they actually get sprung that way. I can get some extra damage instead of having to go through that single one. Make sure my alignment's right. Like another one of the YouTubers that's been doing this lately, off the Machinima realm. They're a little adamant about making sure they're in proper alignment, and yeah, I could be that way at times, but yeah, it just depends what you're doing. And as you can see, a couple of them almost got to me. That one got all the way through. Not good. Going, okay, time to up. And he got through. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. And that one trap is facing the wrong direction, which you'll see what happens here in a minute. Because I cannot sell it in time, which is like grinding my teeth. Going, no! Set up a few more of those. Gotta get sure. Look for those flyers. Yeah, those got real easy to take down. Just checking out, get the bleed effect going. Just because I actually have the money to do it right now, I'm like, why not? Get as much damage as you can because these guys are coming back. And there's a 6. Let's see where we can do better. You know we can do. That almost looked like a 35, didn't it? Here's the no hunters, and there goes the no hunter. That was the only good thing about having that trap over there. And that kind of glitched a bit for whatever reason. It looked like he was still alive, but he's actually dead. Ooh, there was a 7. Selling that so I don't have to have that scenario happen again. Set that up properly, and now I have a floor full of traps going in one direction, which is going to be real handy. Later on up, set a few more of my archers. Now you can go gangbuster and just fill up with archers. Wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing if you got the money to do it, which, as you can see right now, I got a lot of money. But I'm like, no, don't need to do it right now. More worried about those crossovers getting through. Oh, there's an 8. And I think that's the highest I actually get on this one is an 8. Which, hey, I'm not scoffing at that. There's another 7. Which is really, really nice at this point. Kind of just wait for them to come around the bend there. Oh, there's another 8. 4. Seven. Get that done. Any more? It seems like those crossovers never stop. Set a few more archers here. Doesn't really matter where you place them, as long as they're not too far forward. Otherwise, they'll start aggroing those guys before you're ready for them. Just gonna refill my mana here. Now, if I did have those fire braces, I could set up that one, do the secondary and do that firewall. I've tried that. It's all right, but this is I found this is better. Now you can try that on War Mage, see if that works, but that's, or you can just do whatever you feel is best. But so far, I'm doing pretty good. Not getting terribly high, but on the combos, but still doing fairly good. And like I said, this is nothing, almost nothing but crostovers at this point, which is highly annoying. There were a few times where I ran in there, didn't realize there were ogres around the corner, and bam, I got waylaid badly. Now, I put these on the ceiling, and I didn't when I got that the first time I beat this, and that could be why things end up being like they are. Next time I decide to run through this, I may not put those on the ceiling and see how I do, because they do damage before they reach that clockwork mace or anything else. But I was more concerned about, okay, I know they're coming, I got the money, I'll just spend it. Another great thing about having those ceiling traps right over there, those null hunters are going to run almost right into them. The combination with your archers, they won't even reach you. Most of the time I didn't even know they were there until I looked and was like, oh, there's a null hunter. Oh, he's dead. Okay, good. Because they were completely ignoring my archers at that point. One thing you could do to speed up the hordes of orcs is set up more barricades instead of having them loop around where that catapult is. And that was it. And let's see how we did here. We are at 4 skulls. 319. It's not bad. It really isn't bad. When I did this before, and you'll see here on the leaderboards, I did a lot better there. I didn't get as many skulls, which it's important to get as many skulls as you can, but it's not important, not necessary to actually get the highest score. But that's just my little walkway through it. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again next time.